that could help local families.
For children under 6, it would be $3,600 a year per child.
New child credits proposed, along with stimulus payments.
Emergency funding and something that will help people get through this period of time.
But there are people who could be left in limbo.
A little bit absurd that you would have under Trump these folks getting the benefit, but under Biden, they would not get that full benefit.
Tonight, Congress is working on the details of the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill, and those details could be costly for a lot of New Englanders. Here's why. These are the income levels. You see them behind me, which determine who received the maximum amount of the first 2 stimulus checks. Now, the Biden administration wants to keep them in place for the 3rd round, but moderate Democrats and Republicans want to lower those limits to these levels, all the way down to $50 grand for single taxpayers. Boston 25's Wale Aliyu joins us tonight. And Wale, in a place like Boston, where the cost of living is very high, families who really need the help could see lower checks or none at all.
Vanessa, it is a double whammy here in Boston. Not only is the cost of living high, where that $75,000 may not go as far as it would in other parts of the country, but now folks are realizing that $1,400 extra that was promised may never come. When you have a growing boy like Toby Tang, it costs a lot of money to feed him.
I eat chocolate.
Yeah, eat chocolate candy, you know.
But this 3-year-old sweet tooth is biting a hole in mom and dad's pocket.
We just went, grocery shopping, and groceries prices are so high now. We doubled our groceries.
See, mom and dad are waiting on an extra $2,800 if Congress passes President Biden's $1.9 trillion relief package. They say they could use every penny, just like they used every penny from the last 2 checks. How big of a need was that the last 2 times?
Oh, it helped out a lot. Yeah, because, we got him. We got to get all his food. You got to get his diapers. And yeah, it was just great.
And I'm working part-time now, so definitely an extra few dollars helps a lot.
But for families like theirs, this 3rd check may never come.
It's still working its way through Congress, and I don't think a conclusion has been made yet on the exact level of targeting.
Part of the debate now is whether to cut off the funding for married couples making $150,000 or $100,000. If Congress lowers the limit, that would put families like the Tangs in limbo.
We're probably on the line right there, Yeah. So we wouldn't want that to go. We wouldn't want it to go down.
For singles, that cutoff would drop from $75,000 to $50,000.
Hopefully, if they do pass it, a lot more people do qualify for it, because we really do need it, especially in Boston. There's a lot of low-income families like ourselves. So we know how important, even if it's not a big amount, but we know it's a big help in some ways.
A big help, especially for families whose 2021 tax return will be less than their 2020 return.
Well, especially since, Massachusetts is such a high cost of living over here. So, I think that cutoff is, going to cut a lot of people out.
Yeah,
Childcare is expensive, groceries expensive, everything's expensive here, man.
And the Democratic committee working on the expensive proposal in the House plans to vote on its measure by the end of the week. But it could still be a while, Vanessa, before that money gets into people's bank accounts. We're talking of a timeline of probably at least another month at this point.
People need that help, Wale. Let's talk about this. President Biden says he's flexible on reducing the income limits, but what's the argument for lowering it?
Members of Congress who want to lower it say for 2 reasons. One, it can go directly targeted to the people who need it the most, and also just saving money.
Still some negotiations to be worked out. We know you'll be following it for us. Wale Aliyu, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Tonight, there are 2 proposals to provide thousands of dollars to families with children. Former Massachusetts Governor and current U.S. Senator Mitt Romney is proposing payments of $4,200 for children under 5 and $3,000 per year after that. But his plan also eliminates current tax credits for parents. A plan proposed by Democrats, including Massachusetts Congressman Richard Neal, would provide $3,600 for children under 6 and $3,000 for those up to 17 years old.
We want it for cash flow purposes to be done on a monthly allocation, so Treasury would just issue a check for $300 a month, for example.
Income limits would apply to both of the proposed plans.